Hello, practitioners. Welcome to Learning with Princess Aisha. I hope you're all doing well, and it's lovely to have you back. So, if today is your first time of coming across this channel, you're most welcome. My name is Aisha. And on this platform, we get very educative and interactive, as well as have fun with our parents, our practitioners, and our viewers. Anybody who comes across this channel is sure to benefit. So please like the video. If you've been watching me for a while and you haven't subscribed, why not? Please kindly subscribe, turn on your all notification button so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be able to get hold of it. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to share the video. Thank you. So, a squash and a squeeze, a squash and a squeeze is today's topic on stories. And apart from this, we'll read the story and then I'm going to teach you how best you can like provocate this to children. You know, there's something called provocation. So setting up an activity to wow the children's interest. So we're gonna do that, demonstrate this. So a squash and a squeeze. So this book is written by Julia Donaldson and illustrated by Jahplshlp. A squash and a squeeze. So kindly grab your seats, practitioners, and my dear viewers. Cross your legs. Grab a cup of tea or cold drink and pay rapt attention to our story for the day. A squash and a squeeze. So we're starting off now. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. So that's the old lady inside her house, as you can see. So this is how you can engage the children throughout the story. So that's the old lady. I wonder what we can see in the old lady's house. So the children can obviously be able to tell you what they can see. Maybe they can see some ceramic pots, as well as plates and a picture frame. And they can also see some chairs. They will tell you. They can see a teapot, a teacup, and a saucer. They can also tell you they can see the old lady sitting down, not quite happy, with her chin or her cheek cupped in her hand, just like so. So, and then obviously the second picture, they will be able to tell you perhaps the old lady is talking to the old man. You know, she wants a solution as to how best to get her room or her house more spacious. So we are going to turn off to the next page. Take in your hand, said the wise old man. Take in my hand? What a curious plan. So the advice the old man is giving to the old lady is that she should take, you know, I think she's a farmer. So the old lady and they are on the barn. So the old man is telling her to take the hen inside her house. So more of like a measurement. So the more things that can fit in suggests that there is enough room for things to be stored. So that is it. Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug. So that's the hen, and that's the egg on the rug. So I wonder what colors the rug is. So again, helping the children to identify their colors. Even though they are reading and the literacy, they are also identifying colors that comes under understanding of the world, isn't it? Yeah, and they can also count the patterns, the triangular patterns there that comes under mathematics. So even though this covers literacy, you see that you can cover all the 7 areas. The 3 prime areas, that's the personal, social, and emotional development, the physical development, as well as the communication and language that comes under the 3 prime areas, and the 4 specific, that's mathematics, literacy, understanding of the world, and expressive arts and design. So this also comes under expressive arts and design. It comes under understanding of the world. I mean, everything we are talking about, under everything that goes on around us. The counting of the triangular patterns also comes under mathematics, yeah? And then the physical development, well, physical development, yes. The hen jumping is a form of physical. But obviously, it doesn't apply to the children, isn't it? Well, so, I mean, you know, there's what you can do for the children to benefit under the physical development. The children, after you've read, the children could try and, like, you know, fly or jump like the hen. They could do. Yeah. And then the communication and language, the children interacting in the story, they are developing their communication and language skills. And then their personal and social, emotional development. I mean, you can ask the children how they feel, you know, how the old lady is feeling, and also how do they feel about a story. So there you go. So, and flapped round the room, knocking the jug. So let's commence from here. So, well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped round the room, knocking over the jug. Oh dear, the hen is causing chaos. So we've turned over the page. We can see old Granny standing tall with a napkin in her hand, and she has both hands up. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was pokey for one, and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle, and there's no room to sneeze at. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." So that's the fireplace in the house. And you can see there's a vase, there's a pile of book, a candle in a candlestick holder, an owl. And that's the broken pot, ceramic pot, as a result of the hen flying around the room, isn't it? And knocking it over. "Taking your goats," said the wise old man. "Taking my goats? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. Goats don't eat table legs, do they? They eat grass. The little old lady cried, "Glory be! It was tiny for two and it's teachy for three." The hen pecks the goats and the goats got fleas, oh dear. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. So that's the action for them to actually understand the reason why I'm demonstrating what a squash, squash is, and a squeeze, for the children to be able to understand, comprehend what you mean by those words. Sometimes you can read storybooks to children and they are unable to understand what we are saying, the words, phonetically. So it's the onus lies on practitioners to be able to disintegrate or break down the words to the level of the children. As a result, and consequently, we can do that through our actions, and that is why, and children will be able to benefit. That is why I am obviously doing the squash, not like I'm being squashed, and the squeezing something, like drawing something out or something. Yeah. So that is it. Take in your pick, said a wise old man. So after the old lady asks, won't you help me, please? Another suggestion that the old man is recommending is that the old lady should take in a pig. You know how, enormous pigs are, isn't it? So if the pig can fit in a house, surely a house is not tiny after all, isn't it? So take in your pig, said a wise old man. Take in my pig? What a curious plan. So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. Oh dear, look, as the larder, the pig has literally, poured everything out, from carrots to apple, nibbling away, everything, basically all the groceries in there. So we're turning over the next page, children. I wonder what's going to happen on the next page. Should you find out? Then you turn the page. Oh, this pig and goat, they surely do helping themselves, isn't it? The little old lady cries, stop! I implore you to stop! I implore you to stop! It was Teachy for 3 and it's Teeny for 4. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house, what she means by even the pig in the larder agrees is because, look, like I said before, the pig is a huge animal, isn't it? And look at it, you can see that the pig can barely fit in the cupboard. So that is why she's saying, even the pig agrees that this house is tiny, isn't it? He can't even fit in there. So even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Ooh. What can we see in this picture? We can see the pig looking very fat, looking very pleased with himself because he's eating almost all the food. Both the pig and the goat seem pleased with themselves because they've eaten all the old lady's food. So we're going to turn on to the next page, and I wonder what is going to happen, or I wonder what we're going to hear and see. Take in your cow, said the wise old man. Take in my cow? What a curious plan. So, well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. Jiggy, 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 jiggy. Oh, it's fun working with children, isn't it? It's never a boring day. Okay. The little old lady cried, heavens alive! It was Teeny for 4 and a Sweeney for 5. I'm tearing my hair out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. The old lady seems to have enough. She's had enough, isn't it? Oh dear, she's giving up. She's giving up. I give up. That's her expression, isn't it? Take them all out, said the wise old man. But then I'll be back where I first began. So she opened the window and out flew the hen. That's better. At last I can sneeze again. She shooed, shoo, 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 shoo. So the children perhaps will not understand what shoo means. So you have to demonstrate. She shooed, shoo, 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 shoo. She shooed out. She shooed out. You can see she's shooing out the goats. And she shoved out the pig. She shoved. To shove something, to push vigorously or hard. With force, great force. She shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. This old lady, she's very saucy, isn't she? So you can see she's shoving out, you know. She huffed and she puffed. She huffed and she puffed. And she pushed out the cow. Do you know why she huffed and puffed? Because the cow is also a very ginormous animal. So pretty. I'm sure she did use quite a great deal of force or energy to push that cow out. No wonder she was huffing and puffing and panting here and there, isn't it? Just look at my house. It's enormous now. She didn't think that before. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5. It's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to growl. There's plenty of room in my house. So that was a wonderful plan that the old man had in order for the old lady to see that she actually has enough room in her house. And she didn't need to whine and to complain here and there. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. She's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It wasn't a squash or a squeeze. And as you can see in this picture, the old man is making his way out. He looks very pleased with himself, isn't it? And the animals are keenly looking at the old lady, isn't it? Very happy, you know, with their hands in the air. And that's the end of the story. So how do we demonstrate whatever went on within this story, you know, for children to grasp more easily through a tough tray activity? Well, come on board. I'm going to show you how that is done.